Okay, friends. Hello, hello. We're ready for another 10-minute pop. Ready to make progress on your projects. So, as promised, today I want to take just a short little bite out of next steps. So, I hope you all finished or maybe made some good progress on your last sessions with me on organizing your photos. And I just want to share, I did finish my 2001. I just want to share this. I finished my 2001 box. So now I have all of those nice and organized and easy to kind of flip through and just see what photos are what. So as I mentioned, these have already been scrapbooked in my family album, but I wanted them organized so that if I needed to go back and pull some for my kids' books or other projects I wanted to work on, now I can just at a glance just look through all of my folders to see what I have. So 2001, it feels good to be done. What I wanted to share today though would be, so how do you take what you've done? So say I had that box 2001 and then I wanted to take the next steps. And so that's what I want to talk about today. And we're going to just take these in small bite-sized pieces because I don't want to overwhelm you. There is a bigger process in this with using my pop planner, which I'm going to share. But what I want to do today is kind of take the simple next steps from your photo folders into two of my favorite forms, my favorite trackers, and that's the photo tracker and the album map. And I'm going to show you kind of how to do that. But I am skipping to 2003 because, as I mentioned, I've already scrapbooked 2001. So I wanted to kind of share you real time what this looks like next. And what I'm working in is my pop planner. Many of you I know have already grabbed one of these to get your projects organized. And as I've mentioned, it was a labor of love with my pop community to kind of go through and figure out what really works, what forms we need, and kind of the format of how to put this together. And so just really quickly, in the front are the forms that I've created, and then in the back are my projects. And there's top cut tabs that help me keep those organized. So today I'm working on family. So I'm going to turn to the family tab. And then under family, I have 2003. Sorry, guys. And so under 2003, and just a big hello to everyone hopping on. I just wanted to say, welcome, welcome. And thank you for saying hello. Hello, hello. Joni and Leah and Linda's here, and Bernice and Jean and Sibel is here. So, oof, so nice to see you guys. Okay, so under my 2003 tab, what I have are, kind of two really key forms. One is what I call my photo tracker. And there's always two ways because we've got printed photos. Some of us are still dealing with printed photos. Some of us are dealing with digital photos. And so these forms can help with both digital and printed. So right now we're just kind of working through printed. I am going to be talking about digital organization also, but right now I just kind of want to take you what happens after you have your photo folders, and then what do you do next? So what I wanted to share is, I'm going to set my map aside for a second, is the photo tracker. And so what I have done for 2003, I'm going to take this out of the book because I've got my, my big box over here. So 2003, I still have some of the large power sort boxes. And I just kept them in here because I wanted to show you. So this over here is all 2003 because I'm still working on creating the second half of 2003 in my albums. I've pretty much finished the first half of 2003. And so what you'll see here is my project is 2003 project is family number 2 for that year because way back, remember, I did 2 volumes, so many pictures, cute kids, what can I say? And then it has page 1. So I have a set of this also for the first one, but that album is primarily finished, as I mentioned. So I'm going to be sharing how to do take it from photo folders into my album. Okay, so what I've done, so this starts at July. Okay, now if you were doing the full year, you could start at January, you could start anywhere. And what I've done is gone to July. So if you look at my photo folder here, it says July 2003. And then it says Eric's birth. That's when Eric was born. And so let's see. Oh, I guess I don't know where's my baby shower. Well, I have baby shower pictures. Maybe I printed those. Um I don't have a folder with those, so I'm not sure. But I do have, and that's another good thing. Like if you're on digital, you do this just with your camera roll on your computer or on your phone. You scroll and you make notes. And you might be going, but Lauren, why do I have to make notes? Let me tell you, it is so worth the time because then you're not grabbing your phone, trying to find where you were, looking at the photos, trying to remember. It's written down one time and then it's forever. Then you can kind of group and look at the bigger picture. Okay, so well, let's just pretend I had a folder here with Eric's baby shower. I'm not quite sure what happened to that one. And then the next one says Eric's birth. Okay, so I have that written down. Then Eric at the hospital. So this was, I wrote down visitors at the hospital, hospital visits right here. So Eric at the hospital, that's probably all under Eric's birth. And then Eric on the blanket. So let's see, that would be outside at home. And home visitors, there's visitors home. Okay, so that was July. I just drew a line. And then over here, you'll notice I have columns. If you want to go detailed, you can go detailed. Okay. And so you can check whether, so if it's digital, if you've actually printed them, you can check that they've been printed. You can also think of, okay, how many pages do I want that to be in my album? And then what pages are they? And then have I scrapped them? So you can actually check them off. So this can be as detailed as you want. And I will share my album so you can actually see. So I have these 3 pages are scrapped and I have some miscellaneous scrapped pages down here. And because I do like to jump around, but here you can see that these are not scrapped because they don't have a check. So do you kind of get it? So what you're doing is you're going through looking at your folders and then writing down groupings of what that looks like on your photo tracker. So this form really to me is super important because this gives you like that snapshot, that overview of what's in your box. So you don't have to pull your box out every single time you're looking for what photos you have, or you don't have to open your phone and scroll and scroll and scroll. Like you've got this already kind of grouped in your head. Now, and what the fun thing is, so the first step is now you've got all your photos organized in photo folders, right? Now you go from the folders, you create a list. This is just a super simple list, right? And it's the photo tracker. So from that, then now this is where the magic happens if you are an album creator. If you like to make albums. And this works, whatever brand of album that you like working in, this works across the scrapbooking universe, right? It's just about, kind of organizing photos into pages or photos into a project. And this doesn't have to be chronological. This can be however you want to group your photos together, right? So the idea though is once you've got your list of photos from your folders, how you've grouped them together, now you want to kind of take a look at your album pages. And this is the album map. And I absolutely love this form. So if you are starting an album, a new album, you may want to just X out the first box because these are all in 2-page spreads, as you can see. But the first box, like for this one, I have a title page and I just have a little note here that's going to be title. And then what I've done is baby shower, right? I knew that was going to be 2 pages. So there's baby shower, baby shower. Now, I love crossing them off my album map when I have scrapped them because it visually shows me that I have scrapped those pages. And then it'll also show me like Eric's birth. I have not scrapped those pages. So that's going to be 2 pages here and a couple pages here with visitors at the hospital. Then the next couple of pages are at home. So this is, this is brand new baby stuff. I have a lot of brand new baby photos because of this snapshot in time. So we have at home, visitors at home. And then I've got photos of the kids with Bonnie. That was my mom's dog. Really cute pictures. As soon as I see that, I know exactly what pictures those are. And then baby Eric and kids in bed. So what you can see is that these are following right along here. They're following what I have outlined here. Okay, so I can see the next 2 pages, I'm going to want to do a bath time spread, right? Because bath time is bath time. I mean, that's so fun. So I'm going to want those to be my next 2 pages, okay? And like I said, if I'm thinking those are I usually, especially with peekaboo pockets, can fit things into 2-page spreads. So I'm going to say 2 pages, 2 pages. Billy and Kathy and Sheree, this was visitors. I think those I am going to pull and put into visitors at home. Those were family visitors. So those will go up in here. Then the next one is for my family. I'm going to have first day of school. And then I've got and then just kids, because I've got several folders of just kids. And then I have Eric's celebration. I didn't have a baby shower, but I had a celebration because he was already. Oh no, I did have a baby shower with him. What is Eric's celebration? Hold on a minute. Let me see. Eric's celebration. Let's take a look because I've got a folder here. Oh yeah, this was with right. Okay, this was with more family. So actually, this might go into, I think I'm just going to do Eric with family. I had so some of you may or may not know, but this was a tough year because Eric was born in mid-July and my mom passed away at the end of July. And so, oh boy, that was kind of like I had family visit. My mom's family was visiting, but they wanted to meet Eric as well. So it was kind of a mixed bag. So that's what the celebration was for. It was celebrating my mom, but also celebrating that, there was the circle of life kind of thing. Right. So I do want to include some pages of that with family and my cousins that came in. Okay. So let me put this back in here. So now I've kind of, and that's what's so great about, I have it written down. Then I was like, wait a minute, I'm a little confused. I haven't looked at these in a little while. Oh, right. I'm just going to grab the folder, look at the photos. Oh, that jogs all the memory. And then, um, put it right back in and I can continue planning my album. So then I'm there in September. And sometimes if you even want to do, like, you can make a little note. This was September. And then now I'm going to go into October. And October was the pumpkin patch, right? And I think I've got those 2 pages actually are scrapped. So I'll show you those. And so I can cross those off. And then so on. So then what I would do is grab another album map. And you can see on this one, I'm not going to X out because I'm just continuing. And so this is going to be 2003 family number 2. And then this is page number 2. So it just kind of keeps going. Oh, sorry, guys. Hi, I'm on a live. I'm on a live. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Uh, that's Audrey. She's at the market for me, so I'll have to call her back as soon as I'm done. Okay, so then this just continues along. So you can see page 22, 23, 24, 25, and you're going to just kind of keep going. And so I have October, November, December, and then my album is done. Album number 2 is done. So now let's take a look then at what does that look like? Because I think it's really nice to see the visual and just know how much freedom this gives when we are scrapping, right? Because I like to, we've all talked about this. I like to jump around and, oh, there's a new collection that I think will go with these photos. Let me grab that, and scrap it. So this is 2003, the second half. So you can see I still need my title page. But my first 2 pages are Eric's baby shower. So here they are. So I've already scrapped those. And also, here's another tip. I know I've mentioned this for you guys, but this is the Premiere. This is Premiere Old Size Creative Memories. The 12 by 12 pocket pages, the top loading pocket pages fit the Premiere with just a tiny little bit of, uh, reveal on the edge. But I like using, if you want to scrap, if you have some of the old Premiere size albums, but you want to scrap on 12 by 12, just grab the top loading pocket pages from Creative Memories, and they work beautifully in the Premiere album. Okay, so that's why you see this, because I wanted to use the yeah, Kathy, I know I still have some of my old ones. So the top loading, that's what I love, because I can still scrap 12 by 12, true 12 by 12. So there was Eric's baby shower here. You can see I have not done his birth photos. Oh, that's why that one was sticking out. I don't have it laced in there. Um, so, oh, and because I think I do have to add another. So I have Eric's birth, and then I know I need to add another pocket page for visitors. And then the next 2 pages are at home. So you can see these 2 pages here are scrapped. So this was baby Eric at home when he came home, and just some of our first pictures of him at home. So then you can see I don't have those pages scrapped. It says kids with Bonnie, and I can probably flip, but you can see I've got a lot of catching up to do here. But then if you go to, let's see, October, I've done these pages, and there's the pumpkin patch, right? So right here, pumpkin patch. So these 2 are done. And I can just easily then go, oh yes, I'm going to come back in, get some of these pages done. I can scrap just loose on 12 by 12 pages and then just slip them in where they need to go, because that's another, fun reason to use the 12 by 12 pocket. And then you can just keep your album going. Okay, so that gives you from photo folder to finished album. And you can see I've also done miscellaneous, like I wanted to use this purple collection for Audrey's birthday. She was my purple girl. I love dressing her in purple. And so once I finish filling out my album map, when I get to those pages of Audrey's birthday, on here, I can just cross them off because I've got them done. And then the same, I've got some miscellaneous pages done back here for Christmas. And you can see this was Merry Little Christmas. So this was quite a while ago. I did these pages. And this was another one. So Christmas photos. So a couple pages already done, and again, that's the beauty of being able to skip around, is to have your album map, to have an idea of where you're going and how you can do that, and yet you have a direction, you have a purpose, and how everything kind of slides into place once you've done the organizing, right? So you go from your photo folders, whoops, over here. I'm just going to grab a couple. So, right, you go from your photo folders, your organized photo folders here, to your photo tracker, to your album map, to your album, and it just all makes sense. It just all comes together. It all makes sense. So these are kind of those next steps. And I just want to give you this little chunk to work with. There's always, always more to add to it, and we've talked a lot about the pop progress and the pop system in my pop membership group. And I'm in January, I'm probably going to spend some time doing a refresh um, for the for let's see, wait, no, we did we've already done pop in January. It is January 27th. But kind of as we go through the year, we'll do the, answer questions, anything you have about the pop process in the pop membership group. But these little nuggets are also hopefully going to help you with this whole process and breaking it down into manageable pieces that you can use and work on those in little segments. Okay, so I want you to think about even this process. Spend 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If this feels overwhelming to you, just do 10 minutes of photo tracking. Okay? 10 minutes of photo tracking. Then after you've done that, do 10 minutes of doing an album map and planning your album. Okay. And then once you've done that in small little chunks, it's finished. You only do it one time. You do it one time, and then it's there ready for you. Every time you want to sit down and go, oh gosh, I feel like, going on a stroll down memory lane. I'm going to go grab some more photos. They're in my folder. I can see what pages I have to do next and get those finished. Okay, so that is our little pop nugget for today. I hope that makes sense. And I know, Karen, I know that the the 10-minute pop-ups are just really random right now because I'm doing them when I have a chance. And there's a lot of moving pieces going on behind the scenes here of other things that I have going on. In fact, my friend Carrie is coming in to visit tomorrow. She'll be here for a few days. So I am just really trying to squeeze these little pop-ups in whenever I can. And the beauty is you can watch the replay. They're all categorized on a playlist on YouTube. And so you can just rewatch it whenever you get a chance. And that's hopefully my bigger plan is you're going to have this little uh, system of 10-minute bursts that you can go watch whenever you need a little help. So if you're like, oh, I want to do some photo tracker, or if I need Lauren to explain that to me again, rewatch it. But I want them to be short, little manageable pieces. And the only way right now I can fit that in my schedule is just to do it when I have a few minutes to jump on and hopefully share that with you. So I am sorry I don't have a more of a system with that, but right now I'm just trying to give you these little bursts whenever I have a minute to do that. One last thing before we jump off, and that is the planner. I know I've been out of the pop planner. I put them back in the shop as a pre-order because I am still waiting for these notebooks. I have ordered them and they are just taking forever to come in. So as soon as the notebooks come in, I think they're due in February 1st or 2nd. I can ship out some more planners, but the planner, it comes with the notebook, the inserts, the tabs, the everything, to kind of put it together, the top cut tabs, the photo tracker and all of that. But if you are just interested in the photo tracker and the album map, those are also available separately in my shop too. Okay, as well as, of course, the photo folders. So hopefully that is another little boost for you to get going and get organizing, because once you've done this, let me tell you, it makes album making so much more fun. Okay, so thank you all for being here. Oh, let's see. Lydia, can I go over how to use the flopper stoppers at some time? Oh, sure, I can do that. And yeah, and Marion, we will spend some more time on the pop planner for sure. And this is just one little nugget. And so, we're just going to kind of continue with these. And Joni, that is another thing of what I'm actually trying to get all the last finishing touches on my craft room so I can film the tour for you. So, yes, and Kathy, I remember you mentioned that 5 out of 6 of the binder rings were damaged. And unfortunately, yeah, that has been, I always check for the quality of these as well. And, sometimes that could have just been from the warehouse, or hopefully, the binder company will continue to watch the quality on those. So I've had to replace them, but overall, I love those binders. They work really well for me. Okay, so good. So thank you, Mandy. I'm glad you're enjoying them. And if you have any more questions, just leave those in the comments and I'll try to address those. And yes, for sure, I will come back and give you, I don't think I've got any of the floppers, the flop stoppers. No, you can see they're not stopping the flop in here. But I will. And actually I'm sold out of those right now too. Just a quick aside. So my assistant actually ended up getting a full-time job. And so I am back to kind of trying to find another helper, and some of the things in my shop you'll see have been sold out, and that's just kind of the way things are because I am trying to make it all happen myself. But if you're wondering, this is a flop stopper. So you can use it as a tab, you cut it apart, and then you can see it just holds the photo down and you can just tuck it in. So they come like this. So you can fold it in half and use it as a tab, or you can cut it apart, and I use it as a flop stopper. So you can see now, whoops, when I turn this page, it holds the photo, the peekaboo pocket from flopping. Let me see if I have. So here's another one. You can add, you can still add tabs and different things. So it's just right here. And they're so clear, you kind of don't notice them, but they're just there to help control the flop. So let me see. You can see this one, this album. This is the first half of 2003. So I'm still working on finishing this up, but most of the photos are in here. Here's another example. So you can just put them wherever you think they're kind of inconspicuous, right? So it just holds that peekaboo pocket in place. All right. And I know there's other, people use a lot of other different techniques on, keeping your peekaboos in check. I just love these because they're so easy, and they're kind of a one-handed. So if you're holding, it's a one-handed operation. Like with corners, I know you have to kind of open it up and make sure to get it in there. And it doesn't add much bulk to your pages. So they kind of, like I said, they kind of just disappear once you have them on your page. Let's see. So this one, I don't have one down yet. I'm still finishing. As I mentioned, I'm still finishing this album. So still lots to do. But when you have a plan, it feels good. And you can come back and always finish that up. So that's a teeny little flop stopper introduction, but hopefully we can help. That'll help. And, you can check out some more. Okay, and I will have more of those in the shop as soon as Audrey gets home and helps me make them. All right. Yes, that is it. So thank you all for being here, and keep going on your 10-minute bursts, and hopefully this will just kind of get you going, and I'll see you as soon as I can come back and share another 10 minutes with you. All right, friends, until I see you next time, I hope you take some time to craft some joy. Bye for now.